Hey everybody, Henry right here. First of all, before I start, I want to apologize for the glare in my glasses, the reflection of the screen, but I am not using the tripod right now because during that last recording, I repeatedly looked to the right even more than the song dictated I should do, and it just looked terrible on screen, even though I did a pretty good job, I thought. But back on topic, I wanted to discuss today really fast zombies. I love zombies, and they've actually been a major part of my childhood. Growing up, I just was really infatuated with them to some degree because they're one of the few things I actually fear. Now, it's not because I fear, really slow walking, undead, rotting people that'll probably fall apart really fast. Even though I am a large man and I won't be able to run away from them, I actually fear what comes after death, not the death itself. And that's why zombies, in a way, are really terrifying because it really just surmounts the idea that you have no control of what happens after death. There's something that really guides you. In this case, it's primal kind of instinct, the need to feed, but that's not really what I want to discuss right now. I actually want to discuss zombies in film and literature. Now, what brought this up was I was watching a film titled The Colony. It has a great cast. Lawrence Fishburne is in it, and I'm a huge fan of him. But essentially, I was watching it, and it was actually not a bad movie. Now, before I rented it from the Red Box, which is where I got it, because Netflix, it would have taken too long. First of all, it was only $1 something down there, so it wasn't a big deal. Um, I had noticed on Rotten Tomatoes that it was sitting at 0% a couple of weeks ago. Now, right now it's at 17%, but just think about that for a second. 0% fresh rating. It's rotten to the core. That's just terrible. At 50%, you know that it's either going to be good or bad. It just depends on your preference. You don't necessarily have to agree with the critics, but once you hit below 30, below 40, it's just not good. And so as I was watching this movie, I was greatly surprised by it because it's not bad. It doesn't add anything new to the post-apocalyptic genre, but it's not like it's a terrible watch. It's actually pretty good for a straight to DVD release. Now, as I was reading the reviews and some of the user comments on a lot of different sites, I began to notice a trend where people were declaring it a zombie film and they were kind of slamming it because they were just tired of zombies. Now, first of all, The Colony is not a zombie film, even though it does cover the concept of cannibalism. It's integral to the plot. There are no zombies in it. The undead are not walking through a shit ton of snow towards this colony. They're, just really cannibals, really just crazed people. And that's a spoiler if you haven't seen the trailer, which I'm hoping you guys have. But I'll put like a spoiler warning up, hopefully. I'll just remember to do that. Essentially, though, as I watched this film, I was like, there's a lot of zombie hate lately. And I realized that World War Z was hated on a lot. And especially because the book is so amazing. Max Brooks did an amazing job with the book. People would think that World War Z was actually supposed to be a straight like adaptation of what happened in the book, when it's not. Essentially, World War Z, the film, is, for all intents and purposes, a prequel where it covers the exploits of the UN worker that goes around interviewing people and compiling the history of the human versus zombie World War. Um, that is the novel. We're just seeing him in action in the film, which is cool. It's a good idea. Um, the unrated version is actually slightly better than the rated version, but there's one significant problem. It is in no way, it does not flow in the same way. It's actually not as clear, concise of a film. The PG-13 version is actually superior in that sense, even though the unrated version does add light to some of the issues people have with the PG-13 version. Like the airplane and some other stuff. The unrated version pretty much covers all that and it gives you some blood and some gore. The only problem is that the edits are just funny. The cutaways are weird, and it just is almost unviewable. But I was thinking about, no, it's not unviewable. I take that back. It's actually a decent film, and that's my opinion. Don't like flame me too hard in the comments. But But as I was saying, let me turn the laptop screen back on. So I appear to you. You can see me. Um, so you can see the zombie come behind me and kill me. Where was I going with this? I'm sorry. Essentially, in film and literature, people are just really tired of zombies. I understand they've been around for a while, and these things are trends. They happen in phases. You know, you get vampires, you get zombies, you get werewolves, you get a whole bunch of other stuff, and they just come in kind of waves. You know, they have their own rotation in what you should like and what you shouldn't like. I was thinking about it, and there's some great zombie books. Like X Heroes, superheroes and zombies. That's fantastic. Peter Klein does an amazing job with what he's writing. Um, Max Brooks, he does World War Z, and I believe the Zombie Survival Guide. Both are awesome. But off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything else. Sure, the Dresden Files, which is urban fantasy, has a lot of zombies in it. Deadbeat has zombies, and there's the inclusion of some others. I think Ghost Story has zombies as well. But off the top of my head, there's not really that much that I can for sure say it's just absolutely amazing. That'll blow your mind when you read it. Film-wise, of course, you have, Return of the Living Dead, which is fantastic. Night of the Living Dead. Well, there's a whole bunch of good stuff. A lot of it's from the 80s and before then, so it's kind of out of date. But Zombieland, The Walking Dead, there's some cool stuff, but it seems like we're just tired of it. People are just really angry, and it's interesting how they just kind of go against something and criticize it when it may have some similarities to what you're really tired of, but it's entirely different. And that was just hitting me. I just want to know what you guys feel about zombies and kind of rant about it, I guess, and just talk about it really briefly. I love zombies. Henrietta Mitchell, our little team, we've read about zombies all the time. We have probably about, I'd say, 9 zombie stories that'll probably never see the light of day. Hotel of the Damned is one, which is a really cool idea with a were-cockroach and stuff. It's just like really goofy. Piece of Slice of Sin, which you probably will read. Necropolis, which you'll probably read. Bus Ride from Hell, which is what I'm working on currently. There's a whole bunch of zombie stuff we do just because it's cool, and it's interesting to see how people react in those situations. Now, the colony I was watching, sure, there were some actions that the characters took that were just really bad. There was some inept stuff going on, and I'm not saying it's clumsy at best, but still it has its moments, so please check it out. When it's on Netflix, watch instantly, which hopefully it'll be there soon. If not, you could always just rent it for a day or two. Check it out. It's not that bad. Aside from that, have a good one, everybody. Tell me what you think about zombies. Mitchell and I will do an in-depth discussion on it together about different stuff like this. But this is just food for thought. I was just thinking about it. I wanted to hear what you guys thought about it, and I just decided to ramble. So thank you for listening. If you made it 9 minutes in, which we're about to hit soon, good on you. Criticize in the comments below. See if I did anything good. Give us a thumbs up, a thumbs down. I don't know why I turned my thumb sideways when I did it. And just give us a comment, subscribe. Help us. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.